Hornchurch Cemetery. It's right next door to St Andrew's Church, which is over there. And I'm going to have a look around both. So let's go and check it out. So St Andrew's Church does have a graveyard, but it's separate to the cemetery. So let's go see what we can find. So Hornchurch Cemetery has got a lot of Commonwealth graves here. And you can spot them, can't you? Even away from this bit, the main section, you can see lots of white graves. And I'm looking for a couple of soldiers, and I've just spotted one straight away. So this soldier is Raymond Sanders Draper. He was a Royal Air Force pilot and he was killed in a flying accident. So Flying Officer Draper was born on the 27th of December 1913 and he died, and it says it there, 24th of March 1943. As I said, he's 29 years old, or was 29 years old at the time of his death. So he was an American volunteer serving with the RAF as part of 64 Squadron, and he sacrificed his life to save about 650 school children. So basically he took his plane up. The airdrome, or the airfield, was quite near to where the school was, or is actually, the school's still there. So he took his plane up straight away, realising he had engine trouble. He also knew, as he was falling from the sky, that he would hit the school. So decided to nose dive his plane into the field adjacent to the school. So his heroic actions saved a lot of school kids from being killed effectively. And in 1973 that school changed its name to Sanders Draper, later to Sanders School. It's actually the school that I attended between 1981 and 1986. That's my school. So rest in peace, soldier. Thank you for your heroic actions. But this is a beautiful section for the soldier graves here. There's a nice memorial there, so I'll go a bit closer and we'll have a look at some of the names. Pay our respects to the soldiers. This is quite lovely. This garden is dedicated in grateful remembrance of men and women of HM and Allied forces who laid down their lives in the service of their country, 1939 to 1947. Greater love hath no man than this. At the going down of the sun and in the morning we will remember them. For sure. So that grave there is Russell Norris Langley, and he was Canadian. He died in a plane crash in 1942. So he was born 6th of December 1917. He died the 12th of February 1942. He was only 24 years old. He was part of the Royal Canadian Air Force. I'll see if I can go closer. I'm not going to, like you can see that so well kept. I'm not going to go walking over the grass. I don't really need to. I can see it from where I am, but I'll put the camera in closer to see if you can see his details. There we go. I think it's 62755, Flight Sergeant R.N. Langley, pilot, Royal Canadian Air Force. There we go. Awesome. Thank you for your service, soldier. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, all of you, actually. This is Thomas Wilton Smith. He was Argentinian. He also died in a plane crash. 1943. Let me see there, 22nd of December 1943. Wow. So he was a Royal Air Force Volunteer Reserve, and he made a bad landing on the 21st of December 1943. He was put into hospital, received blood transfusions, and they did their best for him, but he died on the 22nd of December through his injuries. He was 24 years old. Rest in peace, soldier. George Albert Butler, Marine. He died the 26th of March 1944, aged 19 years. He unfortunately died from injuries received in a motorbike crash, classed as a death in service. Rest in peace, soldier. Wow. I mean, this is, it's not a mega old cemetery, 1932, but some of it really is in disrepair. Wow. It's not a massive cemetery by any means. So this family here is the Gill family, and they all died on the 19th of April 1941. That day was a Saturday, and at 9:40 p.m, just shortly after the air raid siren was sounded, 8 parachute mines were dropped on the area of Romford. Those mines hit Essex Road, Hillfoot Avenue, Carlisle Road, Princess Road and Pettit's Lane and Brentwood Road. 38 residents living in Essex Road died as a result of the mine, reducing the terraced homes to rubble. One of them was Vera Carter, aged 10. She lived in Essex Road. 6 residents died in Hillfoot Avenue. The Gill family lived in Brentwood Road. 9 members of that family lost their lives as a result of a direct hit to the home. That night alone, 93 houses were destroyed and around 2,000 were damaged. Whole family wiped out, eh? The oldest was 64 years old, with the youngest being a year old. Killed by enemy action on the 19th of April 1941 at rest. Another soldier grave there. So there's quite a few civilian casualties of war in this cemetery. It took quite a hit with enemy bombs landing. It wasn't just places like London. As you can imagine, it was all over, wasn't it? Really, it was everywhere. Saw several members in one family killed. One of the bombs that hit Essex Road killed some members of the Limehouse family. One family member survived because she had been sent out to fetch the family's supper. So bless her, Joan Limehouse survived, but she came back with the fish and chips that she'd been sent out for, to find her house gone effectively and her family killed. We don't often think about that side of it, do we? I mean, why would we? We get on with our lives, don't we? That's kind of why I like coming to cemeteries, is to remember people, wonder about their life, what they did, you know, who they were. It will never get old for me. The most peace I feel is actually when I'm in a cemetery. What about you? Do you guys like cemeteries? I mean, you know, those of you who watch my channel often, you know how much I love history. Learning about history, learning about people of history. Those people who paved our way for us. Because even if they weren't scientists or engineers or creators of anything, they still paved our way, didn't they? A little tiny one there. Timothy Mitchell. Can't see how old he was. Looks like a month old. Oops. It'd help if you could see. It looks like so Alice Menzies on top there, aged 88, and Timothy Mitchell aged, it looks like 5 months. Oh, rest in peace, guys. Look at that white one in amongst all the darker grey ones. Stands out, doesn't it, kinda? Ernest George Lipscomb. PTG, is that written on there? 28 October 1952, 75, and Emma Anna, his wife. 1964, age 76. Rest in peace, guys. I mean, as I said, it's not a massive cemetery, but it is actually fairly substantial. I mean, you can see it goes all the way up there. And I've just come from that bit, I'm now heading back that way. Came here mainly to visit the soldiers. But it's kind of nice to have a little look around. Oh, it's sad to see graves like this. There's only a number of reasons why it is like that. I'm not going to get into that. It is what it is. We can still pay our respects to those that are in these graves, even if we can't see who they are. It's one of the worst ones that I've seen for quite some time, I have to say. Wow. As I say, this part of the cemetery is not real old. The cemetery was designated in 1932, so we're not going to see really, really old graves. We might do at the church graveyard nearby. But it is quite old. Look at that one. Wow. That's beautiful. Really beautiful. That's John Millman, 15th of August 1955, who's 60, sleeping. shame. There's the children's section over there, so I'm not really going to go and film that. I have to say, and I don't like to say it, but some of these graves are so damn messy. I mean, come on. I'm not criticising the cemetery because, as I say, and I always say, there's any number of reasons why these graves end up in this way and why they're not repaired, but so I'm not blaming anybody, I just don't like to see it. Really don't. This grave's pretty cool. Kind of like the shape of it. That circular little raised bit there. It's lovely. So the quality of the film, it might not be too great today. It's really cold, and that obviously affects the. I film my camera. I film it with the camera on my phone, so extreme weather does affect it sometimes. So I do apologise. We do the best we can, though. There's another one like that. I wonder what year that was. It might have been the design of the year, so to speak. But I like it, that white one there that stands out. 1977, 1990, so it's fairly new, really. So like a book shape over there with a cross next to it. Wow. Lots of beautiful flowers. Wow. Yeah, my phone's definitely not liking the weather today, so I mean, I'm still going to put the footage on because you can see some stuff, but compared to, say, that side of the cemetery, this side looks really bright and lovely, and more likely to be the these are cremated remains, I think. Beautiful. So I don't normally do the newer graves, but Ivor and Eileen there, look, mayor, even a mayoress of Havering, 1996 to 97. Together they served as councillors of Hackton Ward. Oh, rest in peace, guys. That's awesome. Back together again. So obviously I've been whinging about the state of some of these graves. I kind of got to remember that there was a war after this cemetery was created. So we have to put some of the damage maybe down to sort of bombs going off. I mean, don't get me wrong, not all of it, but some of it. There's an awful lot of headstones laying down. Awful lot of them. And sometimes it's safer to do that, isn't it? Because we don't want them toppling on anybody visiting the cemetery. So effectively I'm just really having a wander around just to See if anything catches my eye. I found the graves that I wanted to particularly talk about. Look at that one. Robert William Beard, beloved and devoted husband of Emmeline Dora and father of Charles and I think that's Den, 1879 to 1963. That's kind of cool. Wow, some of them are really sunken in now. That one. Who's this in here? I can't read the name, unfortunately. A.H. Langland, soldier. Rest in peace, soldier. I don't know how I feel about this cemetery, I have to say. I'm feeling kind of sad being in this one. Peaceful, you can hear the birds in the background, can't you? They are noisy. And then we're back round to where the children are. Oh, that tiny little one there. Wow. So small. This youngster, Lee Michael Thompson, passed away 21st of May 1960. He's only 4 months old. It's not right, is it?